Hello there, welcome to Emerald House of Cars, and today I'm going to take you around this 2014 Peugeot 208. It's a 1 litre petrol active, 5-door, silver, and I think it's got about 66,000 miles on the clock, but we'll see that for sure. But first things first, let's have a look around. Now, as you can see, we've got these gorgeous headlights there on the left, and of course there on the right as well, absolutely shimmering under our lights right here. They're in great nick, I must say. Same thing of course goes down here for our fog lights with this beautiful chrome trim all the way around. You got there on the right and there as well on the left. Absolutely gorgeous. Now there of course in between this beautiful gloss black honeycomb grille, as you can see right there, and they're bookending this massive front grille with the chrome trim all the way around. Absolutely gorgeous right there. You also have a lovely little Peugeot badge sneakily hidden in there as well, and the Peugeot emblem there as well. Now, as you can see, the car comes in silver. It's a gorgeous shade of silver, I must say. Absolutely wonderful. Pops like hell under these lights, and it's definitely going to look great under the sun, and especially under the winter weather that's going to come. This thing's going to stand out, an absolute treat. Now, as you can see, we have our gorgeous front windscreen as well. It's a little wet, of course. We have just pulled the car in from the rain. And here is our Emerald House of Cars seal of approval, the big green tick, and I'm going to show you what that means a little later on. Coming up the side of the car, you can see we are a 5-door car, rather spacious, but you'll see more as we go inside. Tinted glass in the rear, got this beautiful silver wing mirror with a service indicator built in there as well. We come on down under our wheel arch, and you can have a look and see these gorgeous alloys on the 208 here as well. Now I'm coming down and show you the alloys first and foremost, because we want you to come on down and see the 208 for yourself, but we don't want you to see any surprises. We are the dealership of transparency. We're all about just giving you the info to make the right choices, and this video is part and parcel with that. Secondly, because I know when you buy a used car, the number of miles on the clock can be rather scary, whatever the number is. But I'm here to tell you, it's not about the number, but it's about how that number has been accrued. Has the car been treated sensibly? Has it been ragged around? And how can I tell this for sure? Well, the easiest way is always to have a look at the alloys. The alloys wear it on their face. It's a little tip for you when it comes to looking at used vehicles. You always want to check and see for blemishes, particularly around the middle. If it has, that does mean the car has been ragged to hell. The life's been driven out of it, if you know what I mean. As you can see here, you can see that the blemishes are only just around the edge, which is a wonderful sign. There's very small blemishing, which for a car of this age and for this many miles on the clock is a wonderful sign. You can see a little skirmish right there as well. We also have a very small little thing right there where you can see some of the silver starting to come away. Again, you can see it compared to my thumb. It's very, very small, but we're all about transparency. We want you to come on down and see the car. We're on the same page, and I just wanted you to know. Having a look up and down the side of the vehicle, you can see beautiful straight lines, a plunder. Let's follow those straight lines all the way to our second alloy. And let's see if we're 2 for 2. And I think we are. This is a gorgeous alloy all the way around. Let's have a look at that little blemish that we have there, which again just means sensible past owners. For the age and the miles on this vehicle, that is a tremendous sign, and we want to be seeing more of that as we look around. You see the roof is in great nick all the way around. Same goes for our antennae. Really, really lovely stuff here. Having a look around all the silver bodywork, again you can see the car looks wonderful. I really think the silver helps the black and especially the reds pop beautifully. You can see we have our tinted glass there in the rear. We've got our gorgeous big tail lights right there blazing in red. You can see them out on the right and there on the left as well, and you can see they're in great nick as well. No signs of any scratchy scuffs, marks or anything of the sort. And let's come on down, check the rest of our bodywork around here as well. It all seems to be in good nick, I must say. Coming around, you can see we have all manner of indicators. We've got the very mildest of blemishes right here. It sort of looks like a barcode, if anything, just looks like I've rested my moustache on it. We've got our lovely little Peugeot emblem and badge there, but most importantly, around the back, let's check out the boot space that this offers. And you know, For a car that's a little on the smaller side, they're certainly not skimping on space inside the boot. This is a very good amount of space. Interior lighting there as well. You're not going to have any trouble fitting a week's worth of your life in this back seat. Easily could go on the shopping trips, easily go on holiday with the space in this back seat. I think you've got a lot more space than you'd think from looking at the outside. Having a look up this side again, you can see more of those beautiful straight lines. Lovely, lovely silver as well. Really is popping well under these lights. I implore you to come on down and see it for yourself. I think you'll like it too. Having a look at our third alloy, and I think we've got the trifecta here. Beautiful alloys, very, very minor blemishes around the edges. Whew, that is a big sigh of relief, isn't it? That is something that you want to see and you want to hear when it comes to a used vehicle. And let's have a look at number 4, driver's front side. It's usually the worst of the bunch, but I think here it's very, very reassuring, because all we have is that little blemish up the top, some little, very minor little spots and pieces around the edges. That, my friends, is a great sign. Now coming over here again, you see more of the tinted glass. You're seeing that lovely silver wing mirror again with a service indicator. It's a very safe car, very practical, and very, very economical as well, because times like this, save those pennies wherever you can. This is a great car to do such a thing. Having a look in the back, you can see what we do have again is more space than you'd think. It's a bit like the TARDIS, this car. It's rather spacious, and you wouldn't think it from looking at the outside. I know I certainly didn't, but I am being very surprised by actually having a look inside. Now you see it comes with the ISOFIX child points right there on the back seats. So if you do have a couple of kids and they're both in car seats, well, it's always nice to know that you can lock them in the back safely and securely if you want to. I also really appreciate the little design that we have here on the seats. It's none of that boring stock black. It's, you know, it's something a little different, something that's a little more eye-catching, and I think it works rather well. Now let's have a look inside the car and open things up. I mean, first things first, you can notice in the door frame we've got this beautiful black carbon trim all the way around. We've got our electric windows in the front, got our wing mirror controls, got our speaker system right there as well, and a lovely, beautiful big door pocket for anything you could possibly ever want. Having a look back around here, you see we've got these gorgeous seats as well. They're in great nick, no sign of any damage whatsoever, no stitch nor seam out of place. For a used vehicle to have seats in such good nick, again, that just adds credence to what we're saying about that sensible past owner that we've mentioned previously. Let's hop on in and have a looky-loo at what this car can offer you. And as you can see, let's go straight in. We got interior lighting right there. We've got the Padimoji air freshener. Don't worry, we'll throw that in. We got crates of them to give away. Got your vanity mirrors right there as well. But most importantly, have a look around the cabin and check out the condition of it. I mean, it's in great nick. Again, same as the outside. Sensible past owners, and realistically, when you have a car at this age, when you have a car with this many miles on the clock, having a sensible past owner who has treated it well, and knowing that it's in our hands and that we've treated it well, I mean, that's really the best you could possibly ask for. Now you can see our indicators there, set against this beautiful gloss black. They're built in there, as you can see. Coming on down, you see we've got our steering wheel controls to the left and to the right there as well. You can see we have all manner of controls over here as well. I believe that's traction control chucked in there as well. Coming on down, we've got our climate control, we've got our air conditioning, we've got our central locking, which is always cool. Tell you what we'll do, let's liven it up a bit. Let's get this key, let's whack it in, and let's turn this puppy on. There we go. Right. So there we go. As you can see, our Peugeot screen comes on straight away. Now, this is a touch screen as well, which is very, very useful, I must say. It's quite intuitive as well, which is always a great sign. But while that loads up, let's have a listen to our central locking. That's wonderful to always hear that. You can hear our FM radios come on straight away. So let's click on the menu. Lovely. Tell you what we'll do. We'll just turn that down so you can hear me a little better. But anyway, as you can see here on the radio, let's click on radio, and you can see we have all manner of channels and everything. There you go, there you go. I've never been best with having a fingerprint, I must say. But let's stick a bit of classic on right there. But your main thing is, you can see if you click on FM that you have access to the AM, FM, and DAB radio frequency. Or if there's anything that doesn't quite strike your fancy on those three, let's get it up again. You have aux input, Bluetooth, and USB input as well. So maybe if there's nothing on the radio tickling your fancy, you can always bring something from home and connect it to your car and play it through that speaker system as well, which is very, very helpful, I must say. Let's click it on the menu here. You can see music, you can upload photos. Going on to communication here, you can see by connecting your phone via Bluetooth, you can also access a call log, upload your contacts, just make it so much easier, you know, once you've done it. Going into the settings, again, you've got system settings, vehicle settings, and audio settings as well. Let's go into vehicle settings. You see you got your driving assistance here. You can also run diagnostics on your vehicle as well. If you're ever a little sort of worried about, you know, your vehicle, sort of like I'm one of those drivers, I must say, you know, I always sort of think like, oh, you know, this feels different, has something happened to the car, has the weather affected it? It's always nice to know that you can, you got all this information built into the car actively wants to tell you how it is at all times, and you can always grab that. And of course, it's always lovely that, you know, it gives you a little warning when it's starting to sense something needs changing, needs servicing, and it just gives you all that information too. I also really love how you have the trip computer, the fuel consumption meter as well. I mean, that, my friends, if you're someone like me who really likes to pinch the pennies, that is an absolute dream to have on the vehicle. Really, really nice here. And of course, you can reset it once you buy it and start purely from you being the driver and in control. Coming on down past our air conditioning vents, again, you can see our air conditioning set up right here. Very, very easy. You got your temperature of your blast, you got your size and strength of the blast, and you got the direction of it, really. I like to have it in the chest, so it's set up nice and perfect right there. Coming on down, we have our 12-volt charging point, and we have our USB charger. Do we see it? It's just under there. There we go. And of course, our aux input there as well, with a little area right there. So, like, you know, if you want to connect your phone through the speaker system, you can connect it via that port, dump it there, and it won't be cluttering up your area with wires and cables. Here's our 5-speed gearbox, set in that beautiful black. You got that gloss black sides all there. It's really, really lovely right there. Manual handbrake there as well. Nice and easy, nice and firm, very safe again. And a couple of cup holders with your locking wheel nut in there as well. This, my friends, is what a car that's all thrills. Sorry, no thrills, all kills. It's got everything you could possibly want to have a bloody good drive. And as you can see, there's 66,205 miles as of the date of this recording, which I believe is the 12th of October. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's everything you'd need, really, to have a nice, safe, comfortable drive. And that's the big thing with this car. It's safe, it's practical, it's economical, but it hasn't skimped on any of those creature comforts that you come to expect. You know, it's very easy for a car to be sort of, you know, a cheaper car that runs nicely, sort of one just a little runner from A to B, but not have any of these sort of nice little touches that they've thrown in as well. It's a very good radio system as well. Usually they just sort of chuck in, you know, either DAB or FM, but it's nice that you can have access to all those different channels and frequencies. You've really got a lot of options for enjoying the drive that you can have so easily in this Peugeot 208. Now, we've opened up the bonnet here, and you can see that the engine is in great nick. Now, how do I know that, and how do you know that? Well, it's because it's undergone our Emerald 128-point check, which essentially means it's not just a case of bringing the car in, kicking the tyre, and making sure the alarm doesn't go off. It's much more complex than that. The AA themselves have a 100-point check, but for us, that's just not quite good enough. We are the UK Independent Dealer of the Year, and with that comes responsibility to set new standards across the entire motor trade industry, and that's what we've done with this Emerald 128-point check. Essentially, we are a family-run dealership, and it doesn't just mean that we treat our staff like family, we treat our customers like family. That's a given. If you're going to walk on through that door, who wouldn't want a cup of tea, especially in weather like this? No. What it means is that we treat our stock like family, which is a bit of an odd thing to say, but it makes sense when I explain it. Essentially, we look at every piece of stock as if we're going to hand it over to a member of our family, because, of course, if you come on down and buy it, you become a member of the Emerald family. And in turn, that means, would I feel safe, secure, comfortable, you know, would I be stressed handing this car over? Would I feel it's safe handing it over to, say, my elderly mother? And if the answer is yes, well then quite frankly we do not sell it. But the answer is never yes, because we always make sure it passes, not just goes through, but passes the patented Emerald 128-point inspection. And this car has done that in spades, and we've taken it out for a test drive. It's very safe, very secure, drives lovely, it's very, very responsive in terms of handling. But again, we urge you, come on down here, see it for yourself, and take it out for a test drive yourself. I promise you, it's not up to me, it's not my decision, I can't tell you what to do, but I think you'll really enjoy yourself, and I think the car itself will surprise you. So there you have it. That is our Peugeot 208 in silver. It's a gorgeous little motor, 5-door as well, a lot more space than you'd think looking on the outside, and a lot more gadgets than you'd think looking at the price and the model. But it's all about surprises, and this car is very, very surprising. It's very comfy, handles great, very economical, very practical, very safe, and just very cool in that gorgeous silver colour. I honestly think it's a little Bobby Dazzler of a steal, and if you come on down and have a look at it yourself, I reckon you'll think the same. This thing's not going to stay around, because once it's out in the open, once people know it's there, once it's on the website, it's gonna go fast. It's the kind of car that gets snapped up in a heartbeat. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's answered everything that you'd like to be answered, but if not, please give us a call, give us a bell, and ask us any question that you'd like to know. Anything that you'd like to know about the vehicle, myself, my colleagues, are more than happy to give you all the answers you need to feel more safe, secure, informed, and empowered when starting your car buying journey at Emerald. Thank you so much. Stay safe.